Welcome back to the Uncensored 911 channel. We have quite a few calls and backstories to discuss today in this episode. Let's get into it. Take a listen to this first call that takes place in Parsippany, New Jersey.
Homeowner's emergency.
Help! This guy's calling! He's fucking chasing me down South Beverly Cliff! North Beverly Cliff! Please help me! Please help me! He's chasing me!
What street are you on?
North Beverly can make Hiawatha.
You run up to someone's house and ring the doorbell?
No!
Why not? Is there a house around? Man, listen to me. I'm trying to help you, okay? Are there any houses around?
No!
There's no stores or anything.
There's only stores! Help me!
Man, it's hard for me to understand you when you yell.
What?
It's hard for me to understand when you yell like that.
I'm on North Beverly Cliff!
What's the cross street? Where did you come from, a bar?
No!
Man, where are you coming from? Hello?
I'm with my cousins. What do you want from me?
Where did you come from? Man. Hello?
A New Jersey State Police dispatcher was fired for mishandling a 911 call made by a woman as she screamed while being chased and attacked by a man in Parsippany, New Jersey. The dispatcher scolded the 18-year-old woman as she screamed repeatedly and pleaded for help while being chased and attacked during the chilling 911 call. A recording of the approximately 90-second call was played in Superior Court in Morristown during the trial of Eric Rangel, who was accused of sexually assaulting the woman on April 22, 2007. The dispatcher, whose name was not released, was fired after state police investigated how she handled the 911 call. The dispatcher was first reassigned to administrative duty during the probe and then fired in October 2007. When a man began to follow the woman as she was walking home from a party at 3 a.m., she made the call as she quickened her pace and then tried to run away in a full sprint from the assailant. The call was picked up by a state police dispatcher based in West Trenton. In a quivering, terrified voice at the beginning of the call, the woman said she was on North Beverwick Road in Lake Hiawatha, which is a section of Parsippany. As the woman screamed, the dispatcher asked if there were any homes or stores around. The line briefly went silent as the attacker caught up to the woman and she dropped the phone, and then her screams could be heard coming from a distance. The woman testified that the man repeatedly punched her in the face and dragged her off a sidewalk behind shrubbery into a parking lot, where he pulled down her pants and underwear and further assaulted her. Neighbors who heard the screams also immediately called police, and Parsippany police officers quickly arrived on the scene, and the recording of the call was ended. Officer Alan Griffin saw a man with his pants down straddling atop a bloodied, crying woman and apprehended Rangel. Rangel was sentenced to 17 years. This next call has a long backstory, but it is worth the listen. It takes place in Pasadena, California.
911, what are you reporting?
Hey, man, you guys just stole my backpack. Just put a gun on my face right now.
Where are you?
I'm on Raymond and Orange Grove. They're just run away.
What direction did they run?
They run north and south. It was two guys. And I'm pretty sure I know them.
What race?
Oh, my God. Can't believe it.
What race were they?
African American.
What direction did they run?
One run off Raymond and one run Orange Grove.
One ran north on Raymond?
One run away from me, right? This way.
North on Raymond or south on Raymond?
South on Raymond.
South. And the other one ran on Orange Grove?
Yeah.
What direction on Orange Grove?
He's on North Raymond.
One ran on Orange Grove.
Yeah.
What direction on Orange Grove, east or west?
West.
Do they have any weapons?
Yeah, they have a gun.
And they took your backpack?
Yes.
How long ago?
Just like 2 minutes ago.
Do you remember what they were wearing? The guy that ran on Raymond. Do you remember what he was wearing?
Huh?
Do you remember what he was wearing?
Yes, he was wearing a black shirt. I mean, a black sweater. I'm lost. Somebody stole my backpack right now.
Okay, what else other than a black sweater?
Yes, 2 black sweaters here.
Which one has the gun? Hello?
One of them, they just point me right now.
Okay, the one that was going on Raymond or the one that went on Orange Grove?
The one was going on Raymond.
Do you remember? And they were both wearing black sweaters?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about the gun?
Both have a gun, man. They
both
took the gun and run away from me.
So both had a gun?
Yes, I know. Both they have a gun.
Okay, how old did they look?
Huh?
How old were they?
Like maybe 23, 20 or something.
Do you remember if they were tall, thin, heavy set, muscular?
Oh, tall and thin.
Both of them, tall and thin?
Yes.
Did they have any facial hair or scars or sunglasses or eyeglasses or anything?
No, they have white hats and all that stuff.
White hats?
Oh God, this is so stupid. They think it's fucking backpack for my word.
What is your name? Where are you right now?
I'm on Orange Grove and Raymond.
Okay. What's your phone number?
My phone number.
Okay. But you need to try to remember what they were wearing. You said they had hats?
Yeah, they have
Okay. Think about one first. On Raymond, what did he look like?
The one.
He was.
They're using a black sweater and a black gun, man.
But he had a hat or no hat?
They have hats, black hats.
Do you remember what kind of pants?
Yeah, black pants too. Look, I just stopped by the taco place, and they wear red. They're with me. They just run away. They get into my car, and they say, "Hey, okay, leave that." They just pull me a gun and then right away to the thing. Everything.
They got into your car?
Excuse me?
They got into your car?
They get into my car. I was buying tacos right now, and they asked me, "Oh, okay, buy me a taco," and I don't pay attention to them. And I turn away. I take my order, and I see them. They was looking on my thing, and then they put me with a gun, and they ran away from me. So what are they gonna do with it against a gun?
So they got your backpack out of your car?
Yes, everything. They get into my car.
They didn't take the car, did they?
No, because I think they're about to take it, but they're not.
Okay. And so both of them had all black clothing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just wait there. We'll get an officer out to go talk to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye.
On March 24, 2012, Pasadena Police Department Officer Matthew Griffin and Officer Jeffrey Newlin were on patrol in uniform in a marked black and white patrol car. Shortly after 11 p.m., they received a radio communication about a robbery that had just occurred with the suspects last seen near the corner of Orange Grove Boulevard and Raymond Avenue. Police dispatch informed the officers that 2 male suspects had pointed a gun at the victim, taken his backpack, and fled on foot. Dispatch described the individuals as being African-American males, wearing black clothing and carrying guns. Officers Griffin and Newlin later told detectives that they observed one suspect, later identified as Kendrick McDade, at Fair Oaks and Orange Boulevard who matched the description provided by police communications. The man looked in the direction of the police car and appeared to the officers to react immediately by running toward the west side of the street. Officer Griffin saw the man grab the right area of his waistband with his hand as he disappeared behind a building into a small parking lot. Officers Griffin and Newland pursued Mr. McDade in their police vehicle as McDade ran through a commercial vehicle access way, coming out onto Sunset Avenue, just north of Orange Grove Boulevard. Officers Griffin and Newland both later told detectives that they observed Mr. McDade continually clutching his waistband area with his right hand. Officer Griffin told investigators that he verbalized his observations to Officer Newland to alert him that Mr. McDade may be armed. Officer Griffin told investigators that he took his gun out of his holster and held it in his right hand as he drove the patrol car with his left and proceeded through the narrow access way. The patrol car struck and scraped its side along one of the walls for a few feet, continuing to follow the path of Mr. McDade through the commercial vehicle access way. According to the involved officers, Mr. McDade initially ran on Sunset Avenue to Orange Grove Boulevard. A few seconds later, the officers said that they observed Mr. McDade stop, turn quickly, almost fall to the ground, crouch and touch the ground with his left hand, then proceed back towards Sunset Avenue, passing the officer's vehicle. According to the officer's statements to Pasadena detectives, during this maneuver the man continued to hold his right hand to his waistband. Officer Griffin stopped the patrol car suddenly and put it into reverse. Just as the patrol car stopped momentarily before reversing, Officer Newland opened his door, jumped out and ran up the sidewalk on the west side of Sunset after the suspect, leaving the passenger door open. Officer Griffin backed the patrol car up a few yards, which caused the passenger door to close, then turned north to continue to pursue the suspect up Sunset. Officer Newland said that he attempted to close the distance on foot between himself and the suspect, but he remained 15 to 20 yards behind him, by his estimate. Officer Newland said that he yelled at McDade that it was the police and to stop. Officer Newland had his gun out of his holster as he ran. He broadcast to the radio dispatcher his position and that he was in foot pursuit. As the officers were pursuing, one on foot and the other in the car, a PPD helicopter had arrived on scene and attempted to observe the suspect in the pursuit. But the tree canopy over the street was so thick that the helicopter observer could not see the officers or the suspect, but only a bobbing, intermittent light moving along the sidewalk. This was later determined to be Officer Newland's gun-mounted flashlight as he ran after the suspect. Officer Griffin told investigators that he passed Officer Newland, who was running on the sidewalk. Officer Griffin said that he got in front of the suspect, who was also running on the sidewalk, and hit the brakes. Officer Griffin said that he placed his car at an angle in front of the suspect. The officer told Pasadena detectives that he intended by this maneuver to position himself where he could cut the suspect off. According to Officer Griffin, after he turned his vehicle slightly toward where Mr. McDade was running on the sidewalk and stopped the car, he observed McDade turn clockwise, leave the sidewalk and suddenly run directly toward him while he was seated in the police car. Officer Griffin told investigators that believing that Mr. McDade was armed, fearing that McDade was advancing on him, feeling trapped and vulnerable in the driver's seat of the stationary patrol car, and feeling that he was about to be shot, Officer Griffin fired his handgun out the open driver's window 4 times, striking McDade. Officer Griffin estimated that when he fired, McDade had advanced to within 18 to 24 inches of the driver's window of the police car. After he fired his first round, Officer Griffin said that he leaned to his right toward the passenger seat in an attempt to seek cover while continuing to fire the remaining rounds. Officer Newland said that he was continuing to chase McDade and was approaching the patrol car when he saw McDade run up to the driver's door of the patrol car, at which point he heard a gunshot and thought his partner was being shot at. Newland said he then stopped approximately 15 yards south and began to draw down on McDade. Officer Newland said he observed Mr. McDade start to walk toward the back of the car and then turn towards him. Officer Newland indicated that he believed Mr. McDade was now taking a tactical position and preparing to shoot him. Officer Newland stated that he heard a second gunshot, saw a muzzle flash and saw McDade looking at him. Officer Newland said that in fear for his life, he fired his handgun 4 times, at which time McDade fell to the ground on his side. 2 After Officer Newland fired the 4 rounds, Officer Griffin opened the driver's door and got out of the car. He kneeled next to Mr. McDade, pressed his knee against the suspect's body, pointed his gun at him with one hand and tried to pull the suspect's hands back with the other in order to handcuff them. As he did this, The patrol car began to roll backwards slowly because Officer Griffin had neglected to place the car's transmission in park. The open driver door made contact with Officer Griffin's back and began to push him. Seeing this, Officer Newland jumped into the driver's seat and put the car in park. As other officers arrived, Officer Griffin holstered his gun and grasped both of the suspects' hands. Officer Newland placed handcuffs on them. Officer Newland called in emergency medical assistance and the Pasadena fire unit arrived 3 minutes later. Mr. McDade was transported to a nearby hospital and succumbed to his injuries during emergency surgery a short time later. No gun was found at the scene or on Mr. McDade's person. This next call takes place in Phoenix, Arizona. An innocent homeowner and his family fell victim to the police department. And then the police department tried to cover it all up.
What is the location of the emergency?
3126 East Flower.
What's the emergency?
I just had gunshots through my window.
Is anybody hurt in your house?
I don't know yet, but I have 2 kids here.
Okay, sir, I want you to check your children immediately. Check your children. Check your children. I'll get some help started. Check your family, sir. What's going on, sir?
Oh my God!
Sir, what's happening?
I'm a homeowner.
What's happening, sir?
Call 911 and Pit died. Please.
Sir, I've got help coming. Tell me what happened.
Die in the bedroom. I can't believe this is happening to me.
Sir, can you tell me what's going on? Sir?
Oh my God. Make sure it's up. Is there a gun inside there, sir? You can hold on a second. Okay.
Sir?
Get out of here! Roll your out of here right now! Get out of here right now! Get the out! Right now!
A homeowner says a Phoenix police officer shot him 6 times in the back during a 911 home invasion call, and the 911 tape recorded the officer's partner saying, "That's all right. Don't worry about it. I got your back. We clear." The family says the officers were not aware that the 911 call was still recording as they spoke about covering up the shooting. In their complaint in Maricopa County Court, Anthony and Leslie Arambola say an armed intruder crashed through the front window of their home on September 17, 2008, and ran into one of their son's bedrooms. Anthony, worried about his son who was still in his bedroom, says he held the intruder calmly at gunpoint and called 911. Phoenix police officers already in the neighborhood heard the crash of the Arambola's window. When they approached the house, Leslie says she told Sergeant Sean Couts that her husband was inside holding the intruder at gunpoint. Leslie says Couts failed to pass on that information to the 2 other officers. Inside the house, the Arambolas say Officer Brian Lilly shot Anthony 6 times in the back while he was still on the phone with the 911 operator twice when he was on the ground. The officers ran into the bedroom after Anthony told them, You just killed the homeowner. The bad guy is in there." The complaint states that Officer Lilly admitted that it was only after Tony was laying, bullet-ridden, on the ground that he assessed the situation. The 911 tape continued to record what happened even after Officer Lilly unloaded his weapon into Tony, including Officer Lilly's post-shooting, one-word assessment. Fuck, Tony believed he was going to die. The 911 tape records his plaintive goodbye to his family. I love you. Then Tony made what he believed was a dying request to the officers. He did not want his young family to see him shot and bloodied. Officers callously ignored his request and painfully dragged Tony by his injured leg through the home and out to his backyard patio, where they left him bloodied and shot right in front of Leslie, Matthew, and Zachary, The Arambalas say the officers later dragged Anthony onto gravel, then put him on top of the hot hood of a squad car, and drove the squad car down the street with Tony lying on top, writhing in pain. According to the complaint, Lily can be heard on the 911 tape telling Couts, "We fucked up." Lily says on the tape that he did not know where Anthony's gun was when he shot him and that he opened fire because he heard loud noises and saw someone who looked like he might be the Hispanic male they were pursuing before getting to the Arambalas' house, according to the complaint. The complaint states, Sergeant Couts knew that officers has just shot up and likely killed an innocent homeowner and the husband of Leslie, with whom he had spoken before entering the home, instead of the armed intruder. Sergeant Couts was quick to commence the cover-up of their terrible mistake. Sergeant Couts asked Officer Lily where Tony's gun was at the time Officer Lily had opened fire on Tony. Officer Lily admitted that he did not know where Tony's gun was. "I don't know. I heard screaming and I fired." Lily later told a police internal affairs investigator that Anthony had pointed his gun in his direction, in the ready position, the complaint states. But Anthony Arambala says he was facing away from the officers, who could not have even seen his gun. The complaint continues, still not knowing that he is being recorded and the 9/11 tape. Sergeant Couts interrupted Officer Lily's admission and apology with his assurance that the cover-up would commence. "That's all right. Don't worry about it. I got your back. We clear." After the shooting, the Arambalas say, the Phoenix Police Department treated them like suspects in a drug bust, denying Leslie, Michael, and Zachary information about Anthony's condition and denying friends and family members access to him at the hospital. Anthony Arambala survived, but continues to suffer pain, which he expects will last for the rest of his life. The city of Phoenix and Officer Zenon Amatovic also are named as defendants. The Arambalas seek punitive damages for gross negligence, civil rights violations, failure to supervise, excessive force, deliberate indifference to medical needs, false arrest, and emotional distress. This next call takes place in Ravenel, which is in Charleston County. In my opinion, I don't know what to believe when it comes to this backstory.
Do you need police, fire, EMS? Okay, ma'am. I want to get you some help. Ma'am, tell me exactly what happened.
His boyfriend, he was fighting me, he was trying to leave, and he ran me over with a car, and he put me in the trunk, and I was going down 17.
You're in the trunk of a car on 17?
He got me in the trunk, and we were driving down 17.
Okay, what kind of vehicle are you in?
It's a Gold 97 Oldsmobile Intrigue.
Okay, it is a gold 1997. Okay, ma'am, where are you? What direction on 17 are you headed? Ma'am, which direction did he go on 17?
We were going not towards Georgia, the other way towards Swift Ashley and stuff.
You're headed
left. He took a left somewhere, I don't know where.
He took a left off of 17?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't know which left he took?
No, ma'am, I can't see it. He's in the truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, stay on the phone with me, okay? Do you know the license plate to the car that you're in?
I don't know if I heard.
Okay, who is it that has you in their trunk?
Jeremiah Brown.
What's his name?
Jeremiah Brown.
Jamar Brown?
Jeremiah Brown.
Jeremiah.
Ma'am? Yeah?
And his name is Jeremiah Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
What's his date of birth?
I don't know what he's doing.
Brandy. What is his date of birth?
It's May 30th, 87.
May 30th, 1987.
That's dirt road.
What road are you on?
I don't know. It's a dirt road. I can tell the dirt road.
You're on a dirt road.
Yes.
How do you know it's a dirt road?
I can see the bus.
Okay, now what was the name of the mobile home park you were in when he took you?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off of me! Get off of me!
Ma'am? Brandy?
Get away from me!
I'm trying to give me my money. You can take me home.
I'm not taking you home. I'll give you your money. Get away from me.
You want to take me home?
No.
You want to give me my money?
I'll give you your money.
Well, give my money then. Give my money. Give me my money.
Give me my keys.
Give me my money.
Oh, my keys first. Give me your money. I don't want nothing to do with you. I will get down. I will try to look at this thing on me. Give me my keys so you can have your money.
That was the last time. And you got the TSS too. I know you do it. That's why you were getting it back. You don't deserve this. You really do. Thank you very much. Can you take me to the head of the room?
They're arguing. I just heard something. I don't know what I heard. It's very muffled. Very muffled. I can hear her. It just came up.
We can't see them. They call me man, no, this is bullshit. That's exactly why you compete your ass. Because you don't try to be shit. That's exactly why you compete. You know how you compete your ass. You need somebody to go down. That's why you compete your ass. Every time I hit you, every time I hit you. Hey, shut up or get out. Shut up. Don't worry.
Brandy.
A Ravenel woman who called 911 from the trunk of her own car said the suspect forced her into the trunk, then drove off. Brandy Scott, 25, was able to call 911 from inside her trunk, and Charleston County Sheriff's deputies were able to locate and stop the vehicle, rescuing Scott from a dangerous situation. Brandy had been missing for 2 weeks at this time. According to the nearly 20-minute-long 911 recording released by the Charleston County Sheriff's Office, the woman provided dispatchers with enough information on her car and her location to give deputies a chance to find her alleged abductor. Scott says Jeremiah Brown drove the vehicle down Savannah Highway heading for West Ashley while she was on the phone with 911 dispatch, still inside the trunk. According to Scott, while she was on the phone with 911 dispatch, Brown stopped the car and opened the trunk. At that time, Scott says they got into an altercation, which became heated. Scott said that soon after Brown got back into the vehicle following the argument, Charleston County Sheriff's deputies pulled the car over in the Smokers Express parking lot and arrested the suspect. The report from the Charleston County Sheriff's Office says Scott let Brown use her EBT card in exchange for cash. Brown wanted his money back when he said there was only $10 on her card and that he had given her more. Brown said he never placed Scott in the trunk. Scott said he did, and she says he assaulted her. Witnesses listed in the report say Scott made a comment prior to the incident that if she staged a kidnapping, she could get her kids back. Scott denied that. According to court documents, Brown's kidnapping charge was dropped because the victim did not cooperate. However, he did plead guilty to assault and battery. This final call takes place in Richland. The call is long and confusing, but the woman making the 911 call is scared, so you can only imagine what she's going through.
What's your emergency?
Hi. The gentleman was just talking to you about someone has broken into my house and he can't find his brother.
Someone broke into your house and now you can't find his brother?
Yes. This is...
You said... Okay. You said someone... So you want to do a missing person report, or...?
I don't know. It's his brother. I don't know who this gentleman is. I heard the door banging, and next thing I know, he's in my house. Please hurry.
So the person that is in your house, do you know... Okay.
I don't know him.
Oh, okay. So you just heard someone, your neighbor, it's your neighbor, right?
No, I've never seen him. They're here with a U-Haul truck.
So you allowed him inside your house, and he said, and he
and opened my door.
And he requested that you call the police?
He called on my house phone, supposedly saying that someone told him to meet him here with money for his brother.
Okay. And where is she now?
Outside.
And he's in the U-Haul truck?
Yes. He's very agitated, says he's worried about his brother.
Is he a white male, subject, a white male, black male?
Half black, with a white female.
Thursday, May 9th, 2013. The time, 9:42 a.m.
And what is your name? Okay, and so he just came in the house, asked you the phone. Just, did he tell you anything else?
Someone has broken into my house. The door is broken.
Somebody broke into your house now?
Yes, I was asleep in the bedroom and heard a loud banging, and the next thing I know, he was in my house.
So the subject broke into you?
Yes, he says it was someone else, though. Please hurry.
And he's still outside?
Yes.
All right. Give me 1 second, okay? Hold on, okay?
All right.
Hello, ma'am?
They've left. I knew it was him that broke in my house. They've left.
Okay. Did you see what he had on?
Yes. Let me think. Yellow shirt and like green shorts.
I'm sorry. You said he was black male. What color?
Yellow shirt and black and green shorts.
Did he take anything?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
He's gone. I knew it was him that was broken in, and they had a U-Haul. I guess they were going to steal still from my house. I see the saw out. I don't know what he's done with my phone. He said he was calling the police.
And you don't see your phone?
No, I don't know if he really called you or not. That's why I got my cell phone and called. He wanted my cell phone.
Did you see which way they went?
We live on a little cul-de-sac at the end. Please hurry.
Yes, ma'am. I got him in route.
Thank you.
Stay on the phone, man, okay?
All right.
I'm sorry about this, Miss Wilson. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be all right.
My husband's out of town, and I'm disabled. I won't be able to be there.
It's gonna be all right.
Chris,
And you don't see your phone?
he lied to me.
Ma'am, do you see it? You don't see your phone?
No.
No?
No.
All right. And you said they were in the U-Haul truck, correct?
Yes. Female is white.
You said what?
The female is white.
The female was white. How? And this just happened?
Just kicked out the window and the truck stolen.
Like 2-3 minutes ago. It's gonna be all right, man.
Just saying he wasn't going to hurt me, but he didn't know where his brother was.
He didn't do what?
But he didn't know where his brother was, and someone told him, bring $100 to get his brother, and he said he didn't want to be in any trouble.
Okay, did he look to be a young male, a young male, older male?
Young male.
Were you upstairs or were you in your room?
I was in my bedroom with the door shut locked. I had gone back to sleep. I didn't sleep last night and with my 2 dogs.
Okay, so you was in your room and then he came into your room, correct?
Well, I kept hearing a baby in the house, and I knew my husband wasn't home, and when I got up, this man was in my house. And he just said, where's my brother? You have my brother. And I said, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. And he said, someone called me and told me I had to get here and get my brother and bring $100. I said, that wasn't me. And I said, is your brother okay? And he said, I don't know. And he said, I don't want to get in trouble. You know, I don't know if he's got a record or a warrant out or something, but when I saw the U-Haul, I knew immediately their intentions were good, especially since they've broken down 2 doors.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked off through the house, and I don't know where the phone is. I just got it.
Okay, it's gonna be all right, Miss Wilson. It's gonna be okay. Just hope that they catch the guy in the with the
He asked me some money for gas, and I only had about $5, so I gave it to him. So I said, well, let's make sure your brother's okay. Is there someone we can call? And he said, I'm calling the police, but I don't know if he really called you. I doubt it. And that's why I went in the bedroom, and he said you have a cell phone, and I thought I'd better call you just to make sure he'd really called. I didn't know what their intention was.
Yeah, so we got the K9 en route. The K9 should be there within very shortly. Sorry about this, ma'am.
Look, never had anything like this happen before. I don't know why they would have come here. So many other houses around. I wouldn't do that to anyone, but cars were in the garage, so it probably looked like no one was home.
Yeah.
And the fact that I didn't hear the banging for a while.
You didn't hear the who?
The banging.
The baby?
The banging breaking down on the door.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
My bedroom is on the other side.
Is it like a one-way, like what you say, is it like a one-way in, one-way out type of thing?
No, it was a garage door. I have a front door, a back door, and a garage door.
Yes, ma'am. So like the neighborhood, is it like a one-way? Like if you come out of your cul-de-sac?
Oh, yeah, you turn in Westlake Farms.
Uh-huh.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
And you go all the way down a couple miles on the very last tiny little street on the right, Hialeah Park Lane.
Can you say he was in a U-Haul? Was it a big U-Haul?
It was decent size. Probably they're small as a big truck. And she was blonde and rather chubby, and he was very thin.
You said he was thin?
He was thin, and she was white and chubby with short blonde hair. And I gave them water, and I said, "You need to calm down. Let me get you something to drink."
So he was thin with blonde hair, a yellow shirt, correct? Yellow shirt. And he had on black and green pants, correct?
Now, his hair was black.
His hair was black.
The female's hair was blonde and short, and she was a little chubby, and she was white, and he was black, very thin, and very agitated.
Okay.
I mean, I hope his daughter's okay, but why did he? And then he denied that he broke into my house. He said someone else did it.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't have the alarm on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Oh. It's gonna be alright.
Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should stay here with my dog or go somewhere else.
Look, you
I
would.
don't know if my door will work or if it will lock.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
haven't touched it.
Yeah, just don't touch it, okay? Cause we're gonna make sure they get caught.
Well, if it's a true story, I mean, I don't know who else could have been here breaking down my house.
Yes, ma'am.
A minute, baby, you stay in the bedroom. My doggy.
You said what?
My dogs are having a fit. Oh, God.
It's gonna be alright. going to be all right. Okay. Can you hold on for me for 2 seconds, okay?
Okay. Communication staff.
Hey, Joy.
Huh?
You have an ETA for them?
Let's see.
And you seen the description. They in the U-Haul truck.
Yeah, I was giving it out to, I didn't see the blonde, but let me see if I can get a ETA. Cause I got 2 units in route.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am? Miss Wilson? Okay. It's going to be okay. Do you need to contact your husband?
Amsterdam.
Ma'am?
He's in Amsterdam.
He's in Amsterdam?
Yeah. I'm trying to call my son. I'm trying to see if my neighbor was home.
But he did take something out of your house, though, correct?
I'm not, well, besides the phone, I'm not sure. He walked all around it. I heard him. I had some, I didn't check my jewelry on top of my jewelry box. I heard a truck down here. Was it on the other road? I don't think we were home. There's the police.
The police are there?
It's you?
Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry about this, Miss Wilson.
Not your fault. I appreciate that.
No problem. Okay. I'm going to let you go as soon as I hear his voice, okay?
Okay, is that you in the car? Or
Oh, no, that's someone else.
Okay. Thank you so much for staying on the line.
Oh, no problem, ma'am.
You take care.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That suspect broke through 2 doors and stole generators, lawn equipment, and a big screen TV. The doors to Kenny Wilson's garage and home were kicked in. The man who investigators say did it was standing inside the house when Wilson called 911 from the bedroom. When Wilson gave dispatchers her address, they asked if she wanted to file a missing persons report. The dispatcher struggled to understand. 2 minutes went by before Wilson laid out the real emergency. The report shows 5 minutes in, officers were on the way. Dispatch escalated the call from a report to meet an officer to a burglary just occurred. According to the Columbia Richland County Dispatch, dispatchers need to quickly know what the emergency is, what type of help you need, the location, whether the emergency is still in progress, who's calling, and whether there are weapons involved. Dispatchers got a description from Wilson. Wilson let dispatchers know the suspects were leaving as she broke down. As the dispatcher apologized, Wilson could be heard sobbing. The dispatcher stayed on the phone until officers arrived 19 minutes later. The sheriff's department tells WIS on the way, deputies were looking for the suspects and the vehicle Wilson described. The Richland County Sheriff's Department identified the suspects wanted in connection with this burglary. Jessica Lynn Hunt was arrested first. Damian Riley Rembert was taken into custody 5 days later. Investigators say Rembert and Hunt used the same U-Haul truck to steal mulch from the Circle K on Clemson Road the day before the home invasion. Deputies say Hunt rented the truck on May 4th and did not return it. Hunt and Rembert are charged with grand larceny and burglary.